Greetings YouTube, Skill Incarnate bringing you all the latest indie gaming goodness. Welcome back to another look at an early access game. And this time we're having a look at The Path to Die by Cat Logic Games. Now they reached out to me on social media and I was happy to have a look at their game because this is set in Feudal Japan, a setting and a type of game that I'm really interested in. Now, in The Path to Die, you play the part of an aging samurai on a quest for revenge. Now, the best way to describe this game would probably be a mix of Hotline Miami and Dark Souls mashed into an isometric bloodbath. Now, I really enjoyed this game, but full disclosure, there are a couple of problems, and they're really about the controls, but you'll see more when we get into the game. Let's have a look. And here we are in the game. We join our main character on a path of revenge. His brother's family has been killed. He's now the last member of his clan and he's out for blood. So a nice simple story, but games like this often don't need the best story. It's all about the gameplay and the controls. More on that in a second. But we're going to take on our first enemy. And enjoy this. This is going to be one of the few times we actually get a fair one-on-one fight. So he's going to... We're going to get a little bit of an introduction to the controls in the game. There is our health meter, represented in red. Our stamina meter is the white gauge, and our sword. So over time our sword will take damage and we'll have to repair it with different items in the game. Now these controls are all very handy, but we're going to see just how janky this can be in a little bit of a second. Unfortunately, I am playing this with a keyboard and mouse, and there's a good reason for that. So that's just telling us more about our bow. Now, there's a reason for that. The developers strongly suggest that people use a keyboard and a mouse. A controller. And the reason for that is this game is not designed for a keyboard and mouse. Now, I had 4 different controllers that I tried. The first one I used was just a USB controller. And half the buttons on that controller didn't work. I couldn't seem to get many of the attacks working, and the button to sheath and unsheath my sword for some reason was just constantly looping, so the character would just constantly be pulling his sword out and putting it away. So it basically made that controller useless. The next controller I tried was my good old PlayStation 4 controller, and I wasn't fully expecting it to work because I know that it's not designed for PC, but I thought I'd try it anyway, and unfortunately that didn't work with this game. Now my PS3 controller worked a little bit better, but again I found this problem with inconsistent attacks. Sometimes the attacks work and sometimes they don't, depending on the facing of your character. Now I thought, well, okay, that's just probably the controller. I got a 4th controller. This was just another standard USB controller, and I found the exact same problem. So I've concluded that it's not the device, it's more to do with the way the controls work. Now, the best way to describe this is that you control your character's swing by moving the sticks on the controller or your mouse in a direction. Now the simple attack I've got here, the slash, that seems to work the best. But depending on your character's facing, sometimes the attacks don't work. As you can see, I'm doing the exact same attack, but it only seems to work when I'm facing upwards. And I think that's the main theme of this. It's inconsistency. Doing the same attack doesn't seem to work for it's seemingly random. And that's the part that I can't work out. And that's a real shame because this game's actually a lot of fun. This is actually the best I've done. I actually only took one hit from him. So we've done alright. Now up here we can make a save, and trust me, we're going to need it. Now as you can see, I've made quite a few attempts at this. And the reason for that is because I've really struggled. Here we go, so there's different items in the game. And these items will either restore our health, restore our stamina, and sometimes we can find items to repair our katana. As you can see, our katana has taken a little bit of damage. Now, as happens when you're swinging your sword, you're of course going to do a little bit of damage to your blade. But we're doing well. He got me with an overhead swing. Now, I can't do overhead swings. I've tried. I just can't seem to get them. They're very hard to pull off, as you can see, because you have to open yourself up. I found the slash attack seems to be my go-to attack. I'll try it. We'll tempt fate again. Now, the enemies seem to have a massive health pool. They can take a fair few hits. Took me out. So what happened then was I tried to use the thrust attack and it just stopped working. So it seems to be that the position of your mouse on screen is detected in the game. And I think this is the problem with the controller. It just seems to just not work. And I've seen a few people playing this on YouTube because I've had this game for nearly a month. And I have made mistakes in previous reviews. And I wanted to give this a fair shake and just make sure it wasn't my lack of skill. Maybe I was just really awful at this game. But I had a bit of a look on YouTube and I saw other people playing the game, and they pretty much run into the same problem as me. The controls for this game are pretty janky. I haven't seen anyone with a controller able to use it with a large amount of success. So I think it just kind of needs a little bit more TLC. There we go. I managed to get the thrust working. Oh, there we go. It took him out. Now, as you can see, I'm only 2 enemies down, and I'm already nearly dead. So that could just be a lack of skill, but there seems to be more of an element of luck in this game than skill sometimes. There we go. 3 thrusts to the chest, and this guy's still standing. There we go. Took him out. So that's probably the best I've done so far. Let's see if we can take out this archer. You can tell I've played this a few times. Oh, damn it. There we go. Take him out. Now there's one of the really skilled samurai up here. These guys are the OGs. They're very tough to take out. And I'm probably going to die fighting him. See, so 2 hits to the chest. Oh wow, okay, this is probably my best run to date. But yeah, this game just feels overall the controls need work. As I said, I checked Steam reviews out, I checked YouTube videos out, I played this game several times to try and give the best impression I can. And apart from this one glaring problem, this game is fantastic. I can't actually fault it in any other way, apart from the controls. I want to keep playing it. I wanted to just think that it was just my lack of skill that was responsible for it. But I think it's more about... oh, damn it! I dodged the wrong way. Oh, I dodged into the... There you go. I thought it was just my lack of skill. And I'm sure that that plays some small part of it, but every other person on YouTube, or at least the ones that I've seen, are kind of having the same problem as me. I've never managed to finish this level, and I know the developer will be watching this because they were very keen to get some feedback. So I think that's my one piece of feedback for the developer. Fix the damn controls, please. You've got a really good game. This is something that needs a little bit more work. Something you could easily fix. Work on that on the balance too. Enemies have a lot of health. I had 3 hits on him. There we go. So that attack just didn't work then. So yeah, the main problem is just depending on your direction, you're gonna struggle. Finally. So I'll see if I've got a healing item. We're gonna go to the left this time. So healing items in the game are extremely rare, and enemies can do a lot of damage, and they take very little. So every single enemy takes around 3 or 4 hits minimum to kill, and most of the time you're fighting enemies that are outnumbering you 2 to 1. Ha! You sucker. I'm going to shove that bow where the sun don't shine. So there, yeah, that got me. That guy got me with a bow. But yeah, the difficulty in the game seems a little bit high as well. But it's very hard to tell. With proper controls, I might be able to dodge with a bit more regularity, and I might find the game a little bit easier. As you can see, the thrust doesn't seem to work from the right-hand side at all. So I can't, as you can see, I can't get that working. Overhead strike, no, not working. So the main problem is depending on your... Oh, damn, I'm dead. The problem is depending on your location, and you're facing, some of the attacks just don't work, or they work inconsistently, and then you just get killed. So I think in that instance, that was a little bit of an unfair death. My character just locked up. And as I said, 4 different controllers, I found the results to be consistent. Ironically, I found the keyboard and mouse to be a bit more responsive than the controller, which is why I'm using it. At least if I fight with enemies on to the north of me, I have a bit better luck. I'm getting smashed here. There you go. So 3 hits minimum. So these guys, like, if I fight 2 guys is the equivalent of my entire health bar. So I don't know how you're supposed to... There we go. Oh, he's to my right. So now it's not working. So there you go. Controls locked up again. It's... I would love to see what your thoughts on this game are, guys. Overall, I love this game. It's a fantastic game that's marred by one big problem. So in terms of recommending it, I'd probably say to hold off for now. And the developer's very keen for feedback. So I'm sure that they'll see this, and they'll see the... hopefully they have a look at feedback from other people. It's consistent. It's all the same. So it's not just me. There's other people saying the exact same thing. We need some better controls, and we probably need some better controller support. If you're going to use devices like a controller, they should work a bit better. We're going to try one more time, because I'm a glutton for punishment. This guy's... I think this... Oh, dang. So you can say, I stabbed that guy in the chest 3 times. There we go. So he actually took 5 hits to go down that guy. So that's... I can only take about 5 hits. So I think that's the main problem. Apart from the controls, these guys just seem to be extremely tough. There we go. I think that was pure luck. Right, we heal up. We've got an archer up here, so hopefully I can dodge his attacks. Ah, no, of course not. I've got to kill this guy before he gets to his friend. I've got some arrows. So this guy's going to wreck me because he's one of the better samurais. I think I'm going to lose this fight. But yeah, overall, I'm going to keep you guys informed on this. I think this game has a lot of promise, but I think at the moment it just needs a lot of tweaking. Let me know. I'd love to hear what your opinion is on this game. From me, I'm going to keep an eye on this. I'm going to wait for the developer to get back to me. And hopefully they can come up with a good solution to the game. And hopefully there are some other people who played the game that may have gotten a bit further in, because it is a fun game. And I'd love to play it through to completion once they fix these problems. And once they do, I'll let you guys know. Until next time, Skill Incarnate out.